Hey guys, and welcome to Black Steel Prepper. As promised, I would be doing a full detailed video of my entire bug-out bag. Now, the reason I didn't do it sooner is because I had surgery, as some of you may know, and I couldn't actually lift the bag after the surgery, so I was just able to lift the bag starting about a week ago. So I wanted time to prepare, and this also gives me a chance to document all the new gear that I got over this year in 2014. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, let's go right here. So I have two sets of batteries, two different types. I have the little mini batteries and the bigger ones, and these are for my special types of flashlights and gadgets. Like this life gear here, it's a reusable one. Before I'd actually plug these in, I'd probably buy another one because it's cheaper than buying these. But, you know, in a bug out scenario, you may not be able to attain those. So I just have an extra packet of those. Moving on, I got my Through Night Archer version 2. There's no batteries for storage purposes. I'm not doing a review on that. Maybe if you guys really want, I'll do a review on it, but otherwise not really. So in here I got that battery operated roadside flare, which is really good. It takes AA batteries. So my batteries that I commonly use are AA and AAA, so I try to keep it to that. So most of my flashlights are AA and AAA. As you can see, the Archer V2 to a V2 uses AA's. My headlamp uses AAA's, and that uses AAA's. So anyways, moving on. Here I have a collection bag. Now this can collect water, wood, whatever you need. It's just an extra really big bag made by Coghlan's that's used for collecting things. So tinder, it could be used as a storage bag. Let's say taking shelter somewhere and you need to store like your dirty laundry, your garbage, or whatever. That's what it's mainly used for. Next, I got a waterproof two-way radio by Motorola. The other one is in my mother's Bugout bag, which if you guys really want, I'll show you guys in another video. Over here, I got my cheapy AAA batteries and my expensive Duracell AA batteries. I'm going to definitely upgrade them to lithium and quantum type batteries like by Duracell and whatever. And so that's about it. Next is my fire kit. Now, obviously this is packed pretty tight, so what I got in here is just basic fire methods. So I have the steel, like the steel striker in case my I don't have another way to strike the ferrocerium rod. I got the little striker that it came with. In here, I got some like cloth that's cut up for tinder or for making tinder with Vaseline. I got two sets of waterproof matches and a lighter. So it's just very simple, because I know you can fashion other things. I know other people would have other things. I just chose to pick that because in an urban area, fire wouldn't be as important than in a rural area, so I just have the ability to make fire to cook things, like a hobo, probably. Now moving on, I'm just gonna quickly explain that I do keep my ferrule rod by Coghlan's in another place, so that if I ever should lose that fire packet, I can also I have a backup way to start the fire. Also, I'm gonna add to it a gum wrapper and a battery, a AA battery, so you can start fire that way. So moving on, I have a Dolce Gabbana thing. I don't know how you call it. It's Dolce & Gabbana. For some people call it Dolce Gabbana, like okay, there. But anyways, these are my glasses. They're my main glasses. I'm currently getting some Prada glasses fixed and fitted. But I got a Coghlan's repair kit in there. I don't really need these glasses. it'll fix my astigmatism. So just in case I should ever need some reading and my eyes happen to hurt. Here I have a quick access asthma pump as well. I have this inside my, I have another one inside my first aid kit. So that this is just a primary access one, and I like to keep handy. Next, I have a Leatherman tool. That's really good. So you're gonna need that a lot. It's a multi-tool. Moving on, I have in this tin foil, I have like important information identification, so I put it in tin foil so anyone who goes in my bag cannot see it, and of course for YouTube purposes. Then I have medicinal and edible plants. Also have some maps of my current area that I have blocked out because I don't want you guys to know my area where I am living. Here I just got a broadstone compass for navigational purposes, that type of stuff. Here I got a Life Gear reusable glow stick, very handy. Its main purpose would be looking into the bag using the little light that it produces, but it has signaling purposes, or you can have a little low light. It's running low on batteries because I've had it ever since I first started making my Bugout Bag. This was like one of the first items I ever purchased. And I really think it's useful. It also has a whistle on the end if you needed that. Here we got just the Canadian bandana. It can be used for signaling. The reason I have Canadian is just because I live in Canada, so and if ever, I haven't even planned this, but I just thought it out quickly one time. You know, if there was ever a war scenario and you need to be identified as a non-enemy, like let's say some mass-scale world war, and you wanted to be identified as a Canadian, which I am, you could be using this, but I don't prepare for that type of thing. I just thought it's just some random idea that popped into my head. I don't know if it has any actual information back behind it, just something I just thought I'd share. So that's it for the miscellaneous pockets and the quick access pocket of my Rush, no, not Rush, wow, my 511 Covert 18. Thanks for watching, and we'll be moving on to the next segment. See you there. Hello and welcome to the next segment of the video. This is a small little admin pouch that comes in the bag. So we're just gonna jump right into it because it's very small. I have the SAS survival guide in a little plastic bag. Yes, I do plan to get log sacks, by the way, in the future, and the next time I go out and purchase my stuff. I have an Energizer headlamp, great headlamp. It's also, I like to keep things very color coded, so my Bugout colors are black, gray, and like wood green, like just a nice mantis green. I got 2 sets of hand warmers. I have another one inside the actual pack, but for quick access I have 2 out here. Here is like my mini survival keychain, which isn't really survival-y. It's just got a little whistle in case I have this in my pocket. I have this. It's a GSI can opener for last ditch. I would normally have a can opener with me if I were to be scavenging food. Got this USB. Yes, it's pink. I didn't really have a choice in the matter. It came in a 3-pack for school, so I had to pick that one. And that would have all my survival information on there, like my health stuff, whatever. And here is my, for the fire kit, is the Coughlin's ferrocerium rod. Moving on is my utensils. So, as I said, these can be very useful. These little black light pens that are invisible, you can use them for maps, or writing on pieces of paper for your Bugout group or whatever. Now this is an interesting thing. It's called a friction pen. It's an erasable pen. So instead of having a pencil, you can have that. Next is a Gerber sharpening tool for sharpening anything that you might need to sharpen. I won't go into further detail. We've got these mini zip ties. Now this is another tool, but I find it most useful in office circumstances. that's what I use to secure the GSI can opener, because I find cord cannot fit into some things, so these are very helpful when it comes to that. A Write in the Rain notebook, making notes, whatever you need to do. An emergency thermal blanket. Now this is last ditch, of course. So you know, I need to make a quick shelter, or I'm not allowed to set up my tarp or something along those lines. You can just throw that over you, or even if you're just cold and you need a blanket, here you go, we got that right there. Easy, cheap, $1, throw it in. Got Cards Against Humanity. If you know what this game is, it is damn hilarious. I have the actual full version. I just purchased an extra Canadian conversion kit to throw in this bag, because they say laughter is the best medicine. Now, if you don't know what this game is, I encourage you to go and look it up. It is hilarious. Although it's not for kids. It is supposed to be 18 plus. But I absolutely love it. So go and check it out. They're cool. You can buy one of these and throw it in your pack. I'm just saying, you know, this would be 2-person, like a 10-minute game. But you got some hilarious, funny answers you can get for these cards. It's kind of like a question game type thing. It's just hilarious. We play it a lot around Christmas, so that's a good thing to have. Now, moving on. This is my Survival Altoids tin. So this is a tin meant for survival, not an EEDC tin, not any of that. It's a pure survival tin. I don't know how far I've come with it, because I haven't checked it in a long time. I think because it's in here because it is complete, and in the next segment we'll be going over this. So let's jump right to that. Hello and welcome back to the Survival Altoids tin. So I have 2 strikers. Here's for regular matches, and on the back I have a waterproof matches for the Coglin type matches. So right off the bat, got some dental floss here. Very nice kit for your kit, because it's good for cordage and you can have some dental care, which is important nonetheless. So don't forget to include dental things into your kits. I got 4 quarters, Canadian quarters. Normally I'd put American quarters as well, but if I was bugging out, it would be solely in Canada. So you can do that. I got a micro USB. It's amazing. You can just pop this in to wherever you go. I would personally store survival information on it, although I haven't yet, because I got this before I even created my survival information. So I got this thing. I think you already know what it is. I'm not going to go into too much detail with this. It's just a little thing. Now, moving along the lines, I got this. Now, this is for this is to make quick tinder. You can swap in Vaseline or natural tinder sources and get it going. Here I got some Coglins matches, which I'm just gonna try to keep contained here. I got some iodized salt. Now this is very good, because you can make a mild disinfectant with water and this, and I'll show you how to do that in the house of utilities another time. It's great for canker sores as a home remedy, and it can also be used as a, it's not efficient, but it will definitely help with cuts and wounds. It will definitely help. So moving on. So we got some Coglin striking matches, waterproof, stormproof. They're not UCO, of course, but they're great. So you got here is you got a filter, great for filtering out mild particles. But that is what you're gonna do with that. Next thing is you got some subway tickets. Now, a lot of people wouldn't think this is relevant to survival, but this is custom for a bug out. So when you're bugging out, it may be grid down, but probably not. Most disasters happen when it's grid up. So you probably would be able to go and purchase yourself a Subway. So this is a 2-for-1 sandwich. So if you buy one, you'll get 2. So double the food. You can save it and whatever, and do whatever you want. So In here, this is just important phone numbers, which I won't show, and a picture, the will to survive type thing. So I'm just gonna say that's important numbers and whatever. In here, we got just some regular matches. So just give me a second to get these out of here. Got some matches back here. So we got a whole, like, half a box in there. Here you got plastic bags from the grocery store. You can pick up some extra ones and stuff them in your Altoid tin kits, because they actually can store up to like 3 gallons of water. I'll show you that in the house of utilities next time I go to the grocery store. So I'm just going to try to keep it all compressed and whatever. In here, I got some last ditch regular store stuff, and I got some first aid stuff. It's all first aid here, and some last ditch matches that are under the plastic to keep them dry. So you got some Tylenol, some Advil, some Band-Aids, some Polysporin, and alcohol, a tube of hydrogen peroxide. Although you can use alcohol swabs as a cleaner, it's not as effective as hydrogen peroxide. So don't get the two mistake. So that's what it's for. And gum, this will help eat when you eat really, really disgusting food like squirrel soup or something like that. Whatever you're eating, it'll help, and it also gets your morale up. Also, this helps. I found after the surgery, it's amazing. People don't carry gum in their kids because they think it's not a necessity. But after you get hurt real bad, and let's say you're in the hospital or whatever, and you have to wait a long time without eating, just having gum, the absorbitol and chemicals that are in there, will actually make you much less miserable when you come out from surgery. Like, the first thing I did after surgery is, obviously you're supposed to not eat, but upon leaving and when I was given the okay to eat, I had gum. Obviously I was on my way home when I was given the okay to eat, so I couldn't just eat something up and go. So I found gum was really helpful, so I made an effort to stick gum into all my kits. This was in there before I had surgery. A long time. I think this is a year this has been made. So that's about it for this kit. So I'm going to pack this all up and we're going to move on to the next section. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next section. And welcome back to the next segment of the video. And today we'll be looking at the miscellaneous pocket number 2. So this is more of a repair section, but it has some miscellaneous items. So right off the bat, with the idea of the failsafe, which I'll go into in another day, but basically it's just the idea that the inside of your pack should be able to get you by without any problems, and this is just to lock up your pack, because even locking bags is proven to psychologically disencourage people from stealing your bags. I don't know if I said that properly, but basically when you lock up your bag, it will not encourage them to steal. It's been psychologically proven. Although if they wanted to steal, they could probably cut open your bag with a knife or something. But with the Cordura nylon, I think is what they use for this, it will be hard to do it. So just something I want to put in there, because I read up about it, because I was thinking, why not lock your bags? So it does actually work. Now, here you got a calculator. Calculators are very important. Math is one of the most important tools. If you've seen the movie Castaway, or about the guy who gets stranded on an island, he needs math to do what he needs to do. And although I'm not the brightest in math, anyone should carry a calculator, because under pressure you will not be able to do high-level math. So having a little calculator, it doesn't have to be a scientific calculator, just a little calculator will help you calculate distance, rations, and whatever and whatnot. Also, you should be, with your maps, if you can, you should include an instructional guide, either created by you or by someone else, on how to calculate distance and calculate it all together using math. So that's it for there. This is some random information concerning locks and what I have in here. So I can show that 'cause it's got my lock combination in it and stuff. So here, what I got here is I got a Apple iPhone tool and a SIM card. Because in case grid's up, I could implement this into any iPhone or whatever. So it's just a little SIM card. It's an extra SIM card that carries my data from my other phone. Here I got some batteries as well as some O-rings for the Archer A2. So these are just the batteries that I'm going to put in right away. So these are higher quality batteries. Every item inside my bag starts off with high quality batteries, no matter what. So I have high quality batteries from the start. Here is some extra bags. This is for collecting, harvesting and collecting things, like water. It's always important. People always put like 5-gallon liter bags and stuff like that, when the easiest thing to carry is Ziploc bags, because it can carry water or berries, that you find, or whatever you find. So here you got some things, these little batteries. They're for my mechanics gloves, which is part of the tool compartment. They actually have lights on them, so you can be doing like auto repair or whatever with the lights on your hands. It's actually really cool, but that's for that. Now moving on, we have a little DC wall charger. Although it's not needed, I keep it away from my electronics device because I don't like keeping it in there because it could potentially poke a hole in something, and that's why I don't keep it there. And if I were to ever lose it in a water, like if it started raining or whatever, not the biggest deal because I have a Goal Zero and whatever and whatnot. Over here I got some Surefire. These are for guns, in case there is shooting. I bought these because you can do some serious damage to your ears. Alongside that, it's construction, maybe you want to sleep. These are some really good ones. And if there's noise, I'm telling you, man, I cannot sleep. So these are just some really good ones. They're meant for shooting ranges and things like that. That block out the noises of guns. So I figured, if they can block out a noise of a gun, it can block out construction and whatever and whatnot. So here's a carabiner, just regular carabiner, not a weight-bearing carabiner. I'm going to get some weight-bearing carabiners because you never know when you need to haul something up and whatever and whatnot. And next is my great-grandmother's rosary. It's obviously an important item to me because it was my great-grandmother's. It's really old. It's from Ireland, and whatever and whatnot. And I really like that rosary, so decided to put it in my Bugout bag because I don't ever wear it. Because in today's society, I don't want to say wearing a rosary is not good, but you're profiled if you're wearing your religious things. Now, a little cross crucifix is accepted, and I like that. I wear one. Oh, I have one in my bag every day. I don't wear it every day because I don't like the theft aspect of it. But wearing a rosary, now it's complicated because here, I'm not going to tell you exactly located where we are, but if you can figure it out, good for you. You're Sherlock Holmes. It ultimately failed, but they were going to pass a law where officials and government employees couldn't be wearing religious items. So they were trying to pass that law, but it ultimately failed. But in respect with that, I don't wear a rosary. So that's my everyday life. So I'm not for it, but I don't want to be caught in a situation where people are bugging me because I have a rosary. That's just my personal belief. I wear a little crucifix every day, so I still support my religion and whatever. I just don't wear a full-out rosary. Also because a lot of rosaries are tied to gangs, and I don't want to be caught by that. And especially nowadays with a lot of like the police brutality. Although I do have trust in our police and our system of government, you know, I just don't want to put that in my situation, because nowadays a lot of rosaries are tied to a lot of gangs, and that's just my personal things. Now, moving on, because this is a big ramble, so you can speculate that on the comments. So just moving on, whatever. Just never mind my rambling. So here we have a Doberman alarm. I use this on my actual Bugout cabinet, which I'll be showing in another video. It's another Bugout prep I have. This is just used as it can be used as a signaling device because it's preloaded with batteries, or it can be put on a door because it's an urban environment. You'd be using it for that type of thing, so you can signal with it too if you want. As I said, this is a power box. This is a thing I took from, if you remember the last budget Bugout bag I created, the V2. The bag came with this, and it wasn't working because I figured that it wasn't wired up correctly because it didn't give me all the correct wires. But essentially what you can do is you can either charge rechargeable batteries or plug in regular batteries and charge in any USB items. So I have yet to get the rechargeable batteries for this, but I will be doing so I can charge it with my Goal Zero. And if it doesn't work, you could just trash it. Not the end of the world, right? So you got some chalk. So along with the Urban Preppers hobo signs, I thought that was a really good idea for prepper communications. So I bought a 12-pack of chalk, and along with a copy of the PDF he made in my bag, I carry these two things for hobo signs. That's just a cool thing. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really clever. So, anyways, moving on. I have an iPhone, an old iPhone. It's all cracked and whatever, but it's got my military GPS by store bought milk. Christ, I failed there. Sorry. I apologize for butchering the name of the company. Essentially, check out Andrew from the Bugout channel. Hope I got that correct. Yeah. But whatever. Continuing on, go to the Bugout channel. Now I know the Bugout channel is correct. I'll probably link it in the description. I think that's a fantastic app. And whatever and whatnot. So moving on from my rambling and my potential mistakes, I have these, which are a fork and spoon, which are used for eating. Yes. Important part, a lot of people don't include that. They'll put cheap little plastic MRE spoons and stuff like that, sporks. I don't trust that thing. Although this is made in China, it's got some stainless steel and it's really good, and it's not those military ones that are stuck together, and I like to eat normally, so I would carry these over a hobo knife or a 3-in-1 utensil. I don't like those things. Next is a mini sewing kit, good for repairing small items. I'm not the best sewer, although I do know how to sew pretty well. I learned tailor sewing from my grandmother, who was a tailor, and she would probably in her Bugout bag have a much bigger sewing kit because she can sew much better than I can. So that's about it for this little segment. So let's move on to the next one, and I'll see you guys there. Hello and welcome to the tools compartment. So let's jump right in. Here we've got some crazy glue. 2 little vials of crazy glue could be used for medicinal purposes. If you have a massive cut, you can seal it with this. Although unhealthy, can work for preventing infection. That can be used for dual purposes. Here we got some